Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Unlimited Talks here, and today we're doing an NFL team tier list. Now, the way I'm gonna be ranking this tier list is just of their success last year, not where they are as of right now, because that's the case, and a bunch of teams would be in this weird gray area right now because free agency and the NFL draft has not free agency hasn't ended and the NFL draft has not begun yet. So we're gonna begin right now with the Tennessee Titans. Okay, the Titans are in a very unique area because with last year, it was so interesting because yes, Eric Henry did go over 2,000 yards, but the team was not the best, I would say. Like, the Tennessee Titans are in this weird spot of, like, they paid Ryan Tannehill a ton of money and they lost in the wild card. Oh yeah, I think they lost in the wild card to the Ravens. And it's, again, they lost quite a bit of pieces too. But as of right now, I think they are a B tier team. They're like kind of in the middle of the pack right now. Because if I really want to think about it, I think you could probably put them up to A tier. But I think as of right now, where they are, you have to understand that, like, they're a run first heavy team, and so NFL teams maybe NFL free agents might not want to go there because they're like, okay, it's gonna be a huge load for Derrick Henry, and of just where the heck can you actually put like much of these points? Why would I go to Tennessee if I could go to, like, say, the Buccaneers or some, or like Kansas City? I don't know. I gotta make one more. Add them up below, and this one will be F tier. There we go. Alright, Miami Dolphins. Okay. I do love the Miami Dolphins in a weird sense because Miami has Tua Tagovailoa. It's kind of hard to remember. I don't know, the defense was pretty solid last year. So if you're going towards the future, you could probably put them in C tier. I mean, they almost made the playoffs last year, which was surprising. They went from one of the worst teams to almost making the playoffs last year, and that's insane. But the problem with Tua was that Tua was kind of a hit or miss type of guy, because a lot of times, like, he was really, really good, and other times he was just bad. Like the one that he played against the Bills, and he was just not hitting the same as he was like beforehand. And I do believe that the Dolphins are in this very, very interesting spot right now. Well, the fact is, they could honestly be one of the better teams next year. They could honestly, I imagine they could win the division next year. Or be a little bit behind the Bills, because the Bills look like probably one of the best teams right now in the league. As of right now, I don't know. I think I'll put them in C tier for right now. I mean, they're kind of in the middle. They're kind of like really average, if you would imagine. They're good. They're an average to above average team. So, but they're not. I think they're not as good as the Tennessee Titans right now. I don't think that the team, the roster is as good as the Tennessee Titans is, because just of what the experience and stuff like that for the Tennessee Titans have versus Miami Dolphins, who have a bunch of young players who are really good, but you have to let them go a little bit before you can move up to B or A or S tier. All right, the Cleveland Browns. Oh my God! Now this is a little bit interesting. The Cleveland Browns are a weird team because you have Baker Mayfield. I know a lot of people love Baker Mayfield. I personally don't care for Baker Mayfield, but I know a lot of people love him. And you could probably put him in A tier. You honestly could. The roster last year was stacked. But the problem is can you rely on Odell to be there when it comes down to it? Because Odell the last couple of years has been injured. And Baker Mayfield plays a lot better without Odell Beckham. It's just weird. I don't know why Baker plays so much better without Odell, but when he plays with Odell, he's just not as good. Because I think the thing is, they want to be like a kind of like a balanced team with Odell in. But without Odell, it's like a run first team, and the receivers know the fact of, okay, I have to block. Odell is the type of guy who I feel like he just doesn't really care about blocking. If it comes down to it, he'll block, but don't try to force him to block, because he's just not going to. But this team in this future is really, really bright. especially right now. They played against the Chiefs and they played them pretty well. I mean, I think, you know what, I'm gonna put, this might be a controversial one, but I think I put the Browns in A tier. Now, it's interesting to think about the Browns as an A tier team, but I think the Browns in the future are just gonna be really, really bright for the future and for the regional vote. Alright, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, the Jags, I mean, I think this is easy. They're an F. They're in the wood. They're an F tier. I'm sorry. Listen, the Jags are in this weird spot where they don't know what to do with the first overall. I know they know what to do with the first overall pick, but people love Minshew Mania. But I think a lot of people want Trevor Lawrence a lot better than Minshew Mania. So the team is. It's so weird to watch the Jacksonville Jaguars because they have some good players. They have Keenan. They have what's that one? They have James Robinson. They have Minshew Mania. They have the other wide receiver that I don't remember as of right now. No, it's not Keenan Cole. It's another receiver. What's the other receiver's name? I don't know what the receiver's name is. But it's the team is just built just bad. Like there's not a good play on that team. I would say, yeah, they're really, really good, or I would say anything like that. It's just this offense and defense was atrocious last year. Even though they played by the Packers pretty well. I put them in F tier. Alright, the Lions. Finally finally got rid of Matt Patricia. I'm surprised it took him this long to get rid of Matt Patricia after 3 years. Matt Patricia has been gone like the second year. Because he was just horrendous. I feel like he had no idea what to do he had no idea what head coach meant. But I felt like he just said, like, I'm just gonna bring the Patriots over here and hope and pray that it will work. And it didn't, and now they're in this weird hole right now. Because they traded Matthew Stafford for Jared Goff. Now you know about the middle linebacker Gerard Davis. You don't know about your running back Kerryon Johnson. You have DeAndre Swift, so I mean you got that, but you don't have Kenny Golladay anymore. So it's like, you know, I don't think they're in the F tier. I really don't think they're in the F tier. I think they're more or less in the D tier. Because you can't tell me the fact of like the worst in the Jags or the as bad as the Jags. At least they have a somewhat serviceable quarterback. Even though I think Jared Goff is one of the worst quarterbacks that I've ever seen, he's just not good. He just isn't. The Rams paying a ton of money for him to be somewhat above average. So yeah, you have that. The Vikings. Okay, I like the Vikings. You got Cook, first cousins. Sometimes even he's your second or your third cousins. Alright, cut right here. Alright, so the Vikings, I like the Vikings roster. I do. I like Adam Thielen. I do like Justin Jefferson. I do like some of the defensive pieces that they have at cornerback, but it just feels kind of weird for the Vikings because now what are you gonna do for your offensive line? What are you gonna do for the quarterback situation? Because Kirk Cousins is not getting any younger, so I kind of imagine the fact that the Vikings are kind of in between this tier, like C or D, because I don't think that the Vikings know what they have, right? The Vikings know what they have. And the Vikings know for a fact that they at least have talent on both sides of the ball. Or more so your wide receivers. So you at least know you have a starting building block as of right now. And I think as of right now, you will have to say that you will probably say the Vikings are in this weird stage of transition. Because a lot of the players that they let go are older, so like we need to get younger at these positions. So hopefully the fact that you can build on the fact of you have some young pieces to build around. Okay, the Buccaneers. Okay, I don't have to say anything. The Buccaneers are an S tier. Tom Brady's a freaking GOAT, man. Like I can't. He's still going strong. God damn. Tom Brady, you just do some things that a lot of players wish they could do. There's no what. There's no explanation. It's just God. And in fact, they're just gonna get. This is gonna get better too. That's just. It's crazy. All right, the 49ers. All right. If I had to think about it logistically, and the 49ers they were good a couple years ago. Now, I don't think so. I mean, like, if I would say, I would not think 2 years ago they were an S tier team. I think honestly they were an A tier team. But if I had to think about right now, the 49ers have some good pieces. But so Nick Bosa got hurt, Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, he might get traded. So I don't know if you can put the 49. Where you put the 49ers at? Just because of just how weird this roster is. Because Richard Sherman is reportedly gone. I think he's not gonna return. See, I don't know. Where I put the 49ers? I think I might put them in B tier just because I think the defense is still a really good defense if they can bring back some pieces. Like if Nick Bosa gets healthy, you get DeForest Buckner. You still have some other pieces. You have your linebackers. You got Fred Warner. You know you have a bunch of players on the defensive side of the ball. You could say that's good. On the offensive side, you got Deebo Samuel. You got obviously one of the best tight ends and George Kittle. So you have a ton of pieces. So I think the fact that they're still a B tier team, even though they were bad last year, I think the fact they'll be better this year just because you still have all your pieces will get back and be healthy. So I don't think that the 49ers are not like a D or F tier team. I don't think so. They'll B tier just because they were bad last year doesn't mean they would be bad next year. The Falcons. Okay. God, I don't know. It's so weird because I love Julio Jones. I love Matt Ryan. I love Deion Jones. It's like, I love these guys. But God, the Falcons was just so bad last year. Didn't they have like one of the worst defenses in the National Football League or something like that? They were bad last year. And I don't know. I think if I had to think, the Falcons are probably a D tier team. I think honestly, if you logistically think about it, Matt Ryan is like really freaking old, and said like we're gonna move forward, Matt Ryan. We'll move on with Julio Jones. We're gonna move on with these guys, and as you know, you have these pieces. You have these pieces around you, but like they don't know what the next step is because your defense was horrendous last year. So you need to build your defense side of the ball, you build your offense side of the ball because you lost your center. So the Falcons on this weird spot of like we need to buy stuff. We need to figure out what is our next step. And honestly, to tell you, I have no idea what the Falcons are going to do with the 4th overall pick. They could go quarterback. They can go tight end. Will they go tight end? No, I think they won't go tight end. Yeah, I forgot they have a tight end there. Offensive line, you know, I mean, you got to think the Falcons have to make a move, and they have to make a move fast. The Ravens. Ooh, okay. Lamar Jackson. Why can't I think of Marquise Brown, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters? Now, the Ravens. God, what do I think about the Ravens, man? The Ravens are interesting because I don't think that the Ravens, they're not an S tier team, definitely not. Could you put them in honestly, I could put them in A tier. The organization is great. They have some great pieces around Lamar Jackson. And, well, not great pieces, but they have solvable pieces like Marquise Brown. Yeah, Mark Andrews, a tight end. Nick Boyle, one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. Shout out to the football league. Shout out to C4. I don't know where I put the Ravens at. I think you can honestly put the Ravens as of right now. I think the Ravens are an A tier team. I think if you rate them from last year, they were still good. Even Lamar went down with COVID. They were still a pretty solvable team. They weren't the best, but they weren't god awful because the defense is still is damn good enough to win in some games. Is it like the 2002? Was it 2000s Ravens defense? Hell no, but it's still pretty damn good. The Bears. All right. quarterback situation out the way. I think they're still the organization is in such a weird spot because you don't know about Mitchell Trubisky. You trade for Nick Foles, and now you sign freaking Andy Dalton. I don't know what the Bears are. I don't know what the Bears are doing, man. The Bears, man, what are you doing? I don't know what the Bears are, man. The Bears, man, I don't know. I don't think they're an F tier team. I don't think they're that bad. They're probably a D. They're probably a D tier team. I mean, they venture like Allen Robinson. They freaking I think finally let go Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, it's just this team is just bad, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, I love Khalil Mack, but even Khalil Mack cannot save this team. I'm sorry, he just can't save this team, man. He just really can't. All right, the Bengals. Ooh. Okay, so Joe Burrow. I love me some Joe Burrow. I mean, I'm not from Louisiana or anything, but my mom is. So I mean, she loves Joe Burrow. I just can't imagine that Joe. I don't know about this because the Bengals. I don't know. I like some of the guys from the Bengals. I really do. I just can't imagine that the Bengals are in the spot to really be more than like a D. I think you gotta put them at D. I mean, they have a good core to build around. You have Joe Burrow, T. Higgins. You have Joe Mixon. You have that one safety that blew the shit out of Juju Smith-Schuster. So I mean, you have those pieces. It's just where do you think that this team can go? I think that they could probably be like a B tier team if you're reading, but in a couple of years if these pieces can mesh together, I think that they could. The Houston Texans, one of the worst run organizations in the National Football League. God. Okay, come on. Like Deshaun Watson just by itself makes them an S tier, but I think they're one of the worst run organizations. They finally got rid of Bill O'Brien after 4 years of just mediocrity and him just getting rid of players that he just shouldn't have gotten rid of. So I can't put him in F tier just because of Deshaun Watson. I love me some Deshaun Watson. I think they're a D tier. They're on this page of the roster is not good. The defense was terrible last year, and the fact of that Deshaun Watson is the only reason why they're not an F tier. So I would imagine that they would have to be a D tier. The Indianapolis Colts. Alright, the Colts, you know what? They were good last year. They really were. Philip Rivers played like a salvageable quarterback. I think he played like an MVP candidate, didn't he? Or pretty much up there with an MVP candidate. But Rivers does do Rivers things. And I think that the Colts, man, that team is a B tier. You have Darius Leonard. You have Quentin Nelson. You have a damn good defense. Your offensive line is probably one of the best in the National Football League. There's some good running backs. You have a good to solid wide receiver core. So I think that the Colts are a B tier team. They're really good. They have a really good offensive line. Defense is pretty damn good, and I think the fact that they're pretty much gonna be around for a long time in the AFC. The Rams. They traded for Matthew Stafford, but they lost a ton of pieces too, man. The Rams are so weird, bruh. I don't know. I don't hate the Rams defense. I love Jalen Ramsey and I love Aaron Donald. But is the offense on par with the defense? They're kind of mid as of right now. Because you don't know what the defense is. What the defense is right now. And you have no idea how Matthew Stafford is going to play in the system of Sean McVay. So, as of right now, I think they're a mid-tier team. I think we're in the wrong C tier because you have no idea what Matthew Stafford is going to be like in Sean McVay's system. I know a lot of people might put him in A tier just because of the defense, but as of right now, I can't put him in A tier. I can't put him in anything above a C just because you don't know what the offense is going to look like next year. And we have no idea if Matthew Stafford is going to be 100% all the way through. The Chargers, the Bolts, Vic's favorite team. Alright, now listen, I love me some Justin Herbert. He won offensive rookie of the year. He deserved that motherfucker. But how good are the Chargers really? I'm trying to think of how I would rank the Chargers. I love Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen, he's a good wide receiver. Mike Williams, you got pretty good. But you lost a lot of pieces too. So we got a lot of pieces. I think as of right now, they're a C tier team. If I had to think it as of right now, C tier. I mean, they're not like the worst team. They're not bad, but I don't think the fact that like they're good right now because of just they lost Melvin Ingram. You lost what was it? You let go of Casey Hayward. You lost Chris Harris Jr. So I think they traded away Desmond King, I think, or something like that. And I don't know. I'm gonna put them in C tier just because I just think that the defense is kind of in a weird spell as of right now. The Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, this is easy again. This is S tier. Even though they got pretty much destroyed in the Super Bowl, I'm just saying that as of right now. I do think the fact of that it has to be. I think Kansas City, as of right now, is in this. It's just a spot where they can win multiple Super Bowls. They are in that place because the AFC is not the hardest division to beat. But like you have the vice teams of the Browns and the Ravens and also the Titans as well. So you have to be careful of where the heck you put of how Kansas City goes on in the future, and hopefully like they just don't get too cocky and think like, oh yeah, we're just gonna win every Super Bowl, because this is not gonna happen because the Buccaneers beat the crap out of the Kansas City Chiefs. But Patrick Mahomes pretty much makes this team just an S tier. I just think like that you can automatically say that Kansas City makes Patrick Mahomes make Kansas City an S tier and pretty much a lock for the Super Bowl. The Saints, my mom's favorite team, and Drew Brees retired. Man, this is a weird thing for the Saints, because the Saints, Drew Brees did not play well, and the fact is, Michael Thomas, in my opinion, is not. I'd say he's not a bad receiver. I'm just saying he's not an elite receiver. Okay, listen, let me explain why. All my mans do is run slants. That's all he does. He is a slant master. But I still got to put him in A tier just because of Sean Payton. Sean Payton pretty much makes his team pretty much one of the highest scoring offenses in the National Football League every freaking year. I don't know how he does it. He just does. And I think the fact that Sean Payton makes his team a really damn good team and a Super Bowl contender. It's just what's gonna be life after Drew Brees, and what's life gonna be after the fact of you don't have Drew Brees anymore. You don't have a lot. You don't, because Michael Thomas doesn't have his go-to. Because again, the quarterbacks are gonna be running this, and the quarterbacks who are running the system are not gonna target Michael Thomas a lot. I mean, they probably will just because he's still a really good receiver with really good hands. You just gotta be careful because teams are gonna try to double Michael Thomas a lot. That's what we like to be number one receiver. The New York Giants. I love Saquon Barkley, but this team was not good last year. I mean, none of the NFC East teams were really that good last year. I mean, all these teams suck. Why is this the old logo? This replaces with the Washington Football Team. I don't know. As of right now, I think the Giants are. I don't know. I like the Giants. I like Danny Dimes. I like me some Saquon. They actually to sign a couple players and free agency that's pretty damn good. I think the Giants are a C tier team. I do think that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put them in C or put them in D. I mean, I could probably put them in D. I think about all these freaking teams in D if I really wanted to, but I think the Giants are quite clearly a D tier team. I do think that. I think the fact that the Giants say a D tier team, I think like they can stay there. The freaking Eagles. Oh my God. there's so much wrong with the Eagles as of right now. Like, you don't know what your quarterback situation is looking like. Doug Peterson, but what happened last game? But I mean, like, yeah, the organization's in this weird shamble. Zach Ertz wants to get traded. You know, your defense was, I don't know, average to below average last year, and it's just like, just bad, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. Can I put Eagles in F tier? How many Eagles fans would get mad if I could put Eagles in F tier? Honestly, I would love to bring on the hate. I put Eagles in they're in such a bad situation right now. It could just get worse for them. I'm sorry, it just really can. God, the Jags and the Eagles both in F tier. God, I can't wait to get like 5 dislikes from Jaguars fans. All right, the Steelers. Big Ben Roethlisberger. You got Juju Corvette Smith-Schuster. Listen, Juju, you guys start making the TikToks, man. You might get blown up by that Bengal safety. I don't know. I think the Steelers are in such a weird position. I think the fact is they were the weirdest 11-0 team I've ever seen because I feel like they just didn't deserve to be like 11-0. But the Steelers are, I think, a B-tier team just because Big Ben was so bad in the playoffs that you can't put him in A tier. You really can't put him in A tier. Big Ben was so bad in the playoffs. Juju is not a number 1. He wants to be number 1, but he knows for a damn fact that he's not a number 1. I love you, Juju, but come on, bro. You know, if you're not a number 1 receiver, this team is in a weird spot. They want to move. They want to keep moving forward. Big Ben, probably until his contract runs out, and probably get rid of him. But I just they're a B tier team. They're not an A. Definitely not an A. I'm sorry. The Broncos. Okay. You have a weird quarterback situation as well for the Broncos. You really do. I mean, would the Broncos go with a quarterback? Maybe. If a quarterback is there, they probably would take him. But they also need a corner too. So I don't know. I don't hate the Broncos. I really don't. They're not good at all. Like they're so bad. I'm sorry, bro. Like the Broncos are so bad. I mean, I love the receivers there, man. I have Corn Son, I love Jerry Jeudy, there's Tim Patrick. There's a lot of good guys there. I just don't know about quarterback, man. The quarterback is not one position, man. You just don't want him. You just don't want him on your team, bud. And I imagine that maybe the Broncos will probably gotta figure out a way to move on from this. Move on from the quarterback. I can't remember that guy's name. He's so forgettable, man. I think that I probably will put the Broncos in a D tier as well. I think that they're not an F tier. Clearly not, because they have really good pieces. But Von Miller didn't play all last year. The wide receivers are, pretty good. Quarterback, not so really. Offensive line, no. Corner, I mean, there's not really good stuff about the Broncos right now. The Green Bay Packers. All right, so this is a team that, a lot of people probably put in S tier. I'm not putting them in S tier. Listen, the reason why I'm not putting them in S tier is just that I don't think they're better than the Bucks or the Chiefs. I just don't think they're better than the Bucks or the Chiefs, or they're on the same level as they are. They're a really, really good team by the MVP himself, Aaron Rodgers. So I could totally imagine if other people put him in S tier. I think I could put him. I'm gonna put him in A tier, just because they let go of a lot of pieces. Like, I'm surprised they kept Kevin King, but they let go of Jamal Williams, which makes sense because you had another running back from Boston College. But you let go of Corey Linsley, one of the best centers in the National Football League, and you just kind of decide to say, oh yeah, we're gonna pay Aaron Jones a ton of money. I mean, do you need Aaron Jones that badly? I mean, I know Aaron Jones is a really good player, but you lost Corey Linsley, So I mean, I would imagine that maybe you probably want to try to keep Corey Linsley more, since you want your offensive line to be sturdy. But they decided that Aaron Jones was a lot more important than Corey Linsley. So, there's that. Oh, we have the Panthers. Alright. Panthers. Alright. Teddy B. You have Chris McCaffrey. You have DJ Moore. You have a ton of pieces. It's not. They're not good. Like, I love Chris McCaffrey, but NFL teams but he got hurt this year too. So I don't know. I think Christian makes the Panthers just a C-tier team. I mean, were they bad? No, of course not. They weren't that bad. Were they great? No, they weren't great either. They were pretty damn good. Pretty damn solid. I ain't gonna lie. So I think as of right now, I think like that this is a weird team that this needs to be like discussed of like this is just kind of like, you know, they're pretty average, they're pretty solid. So yeah, I think they're a C-tier team. The Raiders. Alright. Derek Carr. Like that dude. Henry Ruggs. Burner. They lost Nelson Aguilar. They have Dan Waller. One of the best tight ends in the National Football League as well. He's up there. It's like top 5. Gotta be. It's like there's not a lot of good tight ends in the National Football League, is there? No, there's not really. I don't like the way that I'm thinking of, like, I might put them in C tier just because I don't know, because they're not bad. They're not worse than these teams. I would say they're not worse than these teams. I think the Rays deserve to be in a C tier team. John Gruden is in this weird spot of like, I don't know what John Gruden is doing. Like, I don't know. John Gruden is like, but he's pretty much the whole bruh meme, pretty much. That's pretty much what he is. Like, you don't. I have no idea what he's gonna do with Derek Carr. He's probably gonna move on with Derek Carr. You know, he's like, I don't want Derek Carr. I want my guy, but I won't be able to get him because of our picks. So, you know, the end of the spot with Derek Carr. The Washington football team. Of course, that's the football team's logo. Did you not know? Okay, the Washington football team. Okay, I don't think they're a B-tier team. The defense is stacked, though. The defense is stacked. Offensive-wise, not so much. Yes, they have Scary Terry, and that's kind of about it. That's all I can think of as of right now. They don't have a quarterback. They let go of Alex Smith. They traded away Dwayne Haskins. He should have been traded away because he wasn't good. I just don't. I think the fact they were a C-tier team. Because of right now, they're in this weird position to be a C to a B-tier team. But I think they say a C just because your offense was not great. Your defense was amazing. That defense pretty much secured them the division. That pretty much was the case. It was just good. The Cardinals. Ooh. Okay, I had to think about the Cardinals. They should have made the playoffs, but they didn't. Kind of interesting too. I don't know about the Cardinals, man. I really don't know about the Cardinals. Then see, it's so weird. Like, you can kind of tell, like, there's a lot more teams in the C, the D, or the F tier. Like, there's a lot more teams here than they're all here. So I think the Cardinals are probably like a C tier team. I think. I mean, I don't honestly hate anyone on the Cardinals. It's just like last year, they honestly probably were a B tier team, but then they just lost a bunch of games, and now they're a C tier team. That's why I think. Again, I'm not making them on the success of next year. I'm making the success of this year. Imagine they're gonna become a C. I think they're a C tier team because as of right now, they're in this weird spot, right? Yes, they signed. I know they got Kyler Murray. They also got DeAndre Hopkins. They freaking got J.J. Watt. They're pretty much becoming the new Houston Texans, pretty much. But they're in this weird spot of being like really good, but they're not there yet. The Buffalo Bills. Ooh. The Bills. Okay. So the Bills are in a interesting spot. I think the Bills could be an A-tier team as of right now. But I don't think I don't think that they are an A-tier team. I think they're a B-tier. I kind of imagine that they are more B-tier than they are A-tier. Because Josh Allen has, in the playoffs, he has been kind of bad in the playoffs. I mean, when he gets the Chiefs, he went around like a headless chicken the whole time. And it kind of more or less seemed like he had no idea what he was doing. And then like there was a lot of times where Josh Allen just kind of looked like he went around, he got hit, and he's like, I won't go down. And then he gets the ball gets taken up, and he's like, oh, I should have gone down. And I know it's gonna be something like way he's gonna grow into that. He's gonna understand like, okay, I need to go down here as of right now. Take the first hit, just go down. Not try to be like not play hero and take like a 20 or 30 yard loss. That's not what you want. So the Bills is right now, they are a B tier team. I think in fact they are in that B plus to A minus type of tier. That's kind of what I imagine they are. Alright. The Seattle Seahawks. Ooh. Again, they're kind of like the Bills as well, where you have Russ. Russ is pretty much what makes them an A tier. But defensive wise and offensive line wise, they are bad. Like, again, Russ ain't played bad down the line too. Of like he looked at the fun with the MVP, and the team just kind of fell off after that. Kind of after that. So I kind of imagine that the Seahawks are also probably in this B. They're kind of like in the same position of the Bills, or the B plus to A minus type of tier. You can probably put them in A tier if you really wanted to push it, but I think like right now they're a B tier. I think that's where they are as of right now. The New York Jets. Oh fucking Christ! But then F tier. Like no explanation. There's no explanation needed why the Jets are on the F tier. You know what? You're on top of the F tier. You know what? You're at the very top. Put them there. They're bad. They got Sam Darnold singing that I was singing Ghost. Alright, the Patriots. Bill Belichick. Bill, what do you got for me? I understand that the Patriots are in this kind of weird position too, because like they let Tom Brady go. They got Cam. They were pretty bad. Cam had like more interceptions than they had touchdowns. He had a lot of rushing touchdowns though, but that's kind of it. But I don't hate the Pats. They're not an F tier. That's clearly a fact they're not an F tier. But the Patriots, they honestly kind of deserve to be in the D tier, man. Like they're such a weird spot right now because like they have I don't know what they're doing. They have 4 tight ends on the roster. They drafted 2 guys in the draft, and it's like 2 more for agency. I don't know what Bill Belichick's doing. He's trying to become tight end you. He's trying to become the tight end factory. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what he's trying to become right now. I don't know what Bill Belichick's doing, but Belichick may be a mad genius, or he may just be someone who must be out of his mind. It's either one of the two. The Dallas Cowboys, my favorite team. I can't put them in S tier. I know for a fact that they were bad last year. They were really, really bad. But man, I can't put them in F tier either. Okay, listen. I'm not putting them in F or an S tier. That's not gonna happen. I understand. We were bad last year. Dak got hurt. The defense was horrible. You know, our wide receiver, he was actually pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Our running back, Zeke. What happened to you, Zeke? Zeke looks more like Bleak. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what the hell's going on with Dallas. They got rid of the defensive coordinator, brought on Dan Quinn, you know. I mean, I'm like, alright, you should have done this in the fucking season. But, you know, I mean, you know, you're busting my balls. I mean, come on. So I was like, it's gonna hurt me. My heart. This sucks. That's my tier list, guys. Tell me what you think you guys down below. Tell me if you think I should move around any of these pieces around here. These guys around here. I know probably Eagles fans probably would say, make them an S tier. But no. this is my tier list. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. And also, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And also, don't forget to press this little bell notification to press all to get all my notifications on my video. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.